All right. Hey, gorgeous one. So I wanted to talk about this subject, and it's been in my head for a while, but I decided to really talk about it today was because of a picture that was in my Facebook group, my Aging Gorgeously Facebook group that someone posted, and we were and people were discussing it, and we were all having a conversation about, the amount of things we have. And I cannot sit here and lie and say that I don't have a lot, because we know I do have quite a bit. I don't have a huge collection like some people, but I do have quite a bit. I have more than I could ever use, more than that. It is my choice. It is my spending, but also sometimes it can get away from us. And that's what I want to kind of discuss today, how we can stop it from getting away from us and pull ourselves back from it. And, not be feeling, because if it's making you feel like, damn, I'm doing too much, then it's time to start pulling back. Now, what I won't call it, I'm not going to say we're makeuply addicted. We are, a lot of us are collectors, and we love makeup, and we love how it makes us feel. So those are things that are important, that, happen, and it's okay. But I just want us to really learn how to curb our enthusiasm just a little bit and make it so we don't have those feelings of like, oh my God, what did I just do? Because look, I have those moments too, okay? So let's just talk about a few things. So let's talk about a couple of things, the things that I struggle with, and maybe you struggle with them. And then we could, and I can tell you how I'm trying to deal with them. And maybe you can leave me some of the things that you struggle with if you spend a lot of money on makeup, buy a lot of makeup products, and how are you trying to work on it? I am not one to say that I'm going to stop buying makeup. I'm not. Because of what I'm doing now, the nature of what I'm doing, and I enjoy it. But there has to be a balance. And sometimes I'm out of balance. And so I have to watch that. It's like I will go buy makeup and be like, damn, I need a new pair of shoes. Oh, forget that. I'm going to go get me some lipstick. Can I get some hand raises to the prioritizing and how we can, justify it? Okay. Justification and prioritizing. Now, my justification a lot of times is, of course, that I have a makeup channel. I'm on YouTube, so that gives me license to buy a lot of shit. But there still has to be a certain balance for me, especially right now, because it all comes out of my pocket. So I have to figure out my balance and as opposed to justifying it all the time. Like, for instance, we know if you watch my lives, y'all know I've decluttered a massive amounts of lipsticks. Now, what's so sad about this is that at the end of last year, I decluttered a massive amounts of lipsticks. So over this year, I have accumulated a whole bunch more. And I get that. So that's why I do the declutters, to force myself to look at things and get rid of things. So that's the first thing I'm going to say is if you have large collections, be willing to look at them realistically and declutter sometimes, especially things like lip products, things like that. Go ahead and look through them and get rid of them. Be realistic and get rid of some, because like what I normally do is, because it's lip products, I'll give them to Bianca first, and then I'll, let my friends look at them and things, because they don't care if they use lip gloss, that I might have only used it 2 or 3 times and been like, oh, I got onto something new. And so that helps me. Now, the other thing is the shiny, pretty things. The shiny, pretty things. And what I mean by the shiny, pretty things are all these new products that are coming out all of the time. And it's hard, and you look at it and you go, oh my goodness, oh my goodness, oh my goodness, I need them, I need them, I need them. And so what I'm doing with myself personally is looking at stuff and going, okay, do you really, really want this? Is this going to be a good fit for what you're doing? Now, let me say being honest, a lot of my purchases do have to do with me putting out a video. Some of them are just because I want that stuff. Like if Juvia's Place comes out, like for instance, Juvia's Place, I tend to buy everything's Juvia's Place. She came out with loose highlighters and I was like, ooh, I should get them. But then I said, but you don't like loose highlighters. You are very rarely going to use them. You might use them 2 or 3 times and that's it. So I stopped myself from buying those. I'm also looking at how I use things and say, do I need this? Like face palettes. I'm not a contour person, so I'm not going to buy a contour palette ever. But then I also have to look at how I buy other things, because I like face palettes. I'll buy a highlighter palette. So I'm kind of drifting away from highlighter palette. I'm trying to stay away as much as possible from highlighter palettes, because normally I don't use them that much. Now I use a blush palette usually, but my highlighter palettes, they kind of just sitting there and it's like, oh yeah, I do have a highlighter palette. Now, I do shop my stash, which I got to do mine for this month, which helps me to stay focused on using the products I have more than I normally would. So, because the way it works is that we bring in new things and then we start playing with those new things, and the old things get pushed back and we forget about them. So that's why I do my shop, my stash. So even though I'm using new products during the month, I'm also making sure that I do use some of my older products so they don't go bad, and so they're not a waste of my money, and that I'm actually using them. So I am trying to do that more, and it is starting to help. It helps me to see, do I like things more? Because a lot of times, I don't know about you, but I'll buy something, use it 2 or 3 times, and I'm on to the next thing. I don't even know if I like it that much, so now I can actually, or like I'll use it to review it, and I'll use it during that period that I have in my head. Okay, let me use it this many times to make sure it works well. And then I don't use it anymore. So that is why I'm now doing it. And I encourage anybody with a large collection of makeup to shop your stash at least monthly. Some people do weekly ones. I do monthly, and I just dump it all in there. I might have to do weeklies because that'll make me more focused. I don't know. I'm thinking about it. But that's a good way to encourage you to use your products up. Are you going to use them all up? Nope. But at least you'll put more things in rotation. At least you'll put more things in rotation and try them out. Okay. Now, the other thing that I struggle with is watching collection videos. Okay, I don't know about you, but I love watching makeup collections. It kind of like calms me, and it's just like, oh, I want to do something, and I'll just go watch some makeup collections. I'll just be watching people's eyeshadow palette collections, lipstick collections, face palette collection. I really like face palettes and eyeshadows. Eyeshadows is my #1 collection I watch. But what happens with me watching it is some envy sometimes. There's 2 things that happen. Either I feel like, oh, my collection is bigger than theirs. Ha, 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 ha. I got a bigger collection. Or I'm going, dang, I need to get some more stuff. Look at all the stuff they got. I don't have that much. And then the wheels start turning in my head about, I really need to get some more stuff. I really need to get some more stuff. And then I'm starting to obsess about buying some things. For instance, here's a confession. I've been watching Down South with Danny, my girl Danielle, and she's been doing her collection videos, and she's been doing a lot of face palettes, a lot of blush, a lot of bronzers, and I love blush and I love bronzer, but I had convinced myself for a while. I was like, okay, you got enough blush. I looked at my drawer over here and I said, okay, girl, you got enough blush. Stop buying all this blush, because I was buying blush, right? And then I watched Down South with Danny. And then I was like, but you really don't have that much. I want some more. Danny has more than me. I can use some more. Oh my goodness. And on bronzers, yeah, I bought more, It's like, I need some more bronzers. But honestly, bronzer is always one of my obsessions. So I hang my head in shame on this. I have bought so many blushes in the last 2 months, including right now, I have a shipment of 11 blushes and 2 face palettes coming. Now, in my defense, they're drugstore, and I didn't pay full price for them. They were like 60% off, and I got another little discount. So that's how, in my head, I justified it. So it was a very inexpensive buy. And those inexpensive buys will really will hit your collection on ways that you never, oh my goodness. So anyway, let me go back to what I was saying, because that's another point. So I was like, okay, well, I need some more. And so in my head, I've been obsessing about it, and I've been looking at blushes. I've been looking at blushes. Now, do I need any more? I don't. I really don't. But did I want some? I did. And now I'm looking at like, okay, you need to slow down, slow your roll, girl, slow your roll. And even though there's a few more that I've seen that I want, face palettes, some indie brands that I think I want to check out. I'm gonna try to be good for a minute. I don't know how good I'm gonna be, but I'm gonna watch myself on that, because I have to be more I'm trying to be more thoughtful. And I think that's the main thing that we need to be, is more thoughtful on our purchases. We can't have everything. So we got to figure out a balance on, okay, how much can I do? And putting ourselves on a budget. I think budgets are good. Budgets are good. So if we could do a budget, I say everybody puts themselves on a budget, a monthly budget. I'm not going to spend more than this unless, and then don't justify too much, and see, can you really make it happen? So that's kind of where I am on that. Now, the other thing that kills me buying things are sales. And when there's a sale, I can justify purchasing a lot of stuff. And that's when, and they know that, sale makes us go, oh my God, I need it. Oh my God, I can get it. Oh my God. Oh my God. Like, for instance, Sephora VIB sales just happened, and now the Ulta 21 Days of Beauty. And I tend to be like, especially the Ulta 21 Days of Beauty, I'll be like, oh, I got to get it. I need something. I'll be trying to buy all kind of stuff. And I can be honest, this year, I have not been spending as much on those things as I normally have. And I have to watch myself, because when I see 30% off, when I see 40% off, I'm going to be on there like, oh shit, what was it that I was thinking about getting? Now, I might not even want it that much, but because I can get it at a deep discount, I'm thinking about it. For instance, on the 21 Days of Beauty, they had the 50% off those MAC palettes, those girl palettes, they had with the highlighter and the eyeshadows. Now, I looked at those things and I was like, no, I'm good. I don't need them. I don't want them. I'm good. Right? That's what I said. But then when I saw they were half price, I started looking and I was like, but they only had 50% off. I can at least get one. Can I get one? And I was in my head justifying getting it, and I was about to order it. And then I said, stop that, because you didn't even want them to begin with. So why are you going to get it now? And so that's what I'm having to do with myself when it comes down to those sales. I mean, I was looking at stuff like 30% off. Oh my God, let me find something. When the actuality is, I'm okay. I should be fine where I am. So I have been pulling back. I bought a couple of things, like I said, my 11 blushes, but I'm really being careful about how I do that, because I know that in those moments, I will make bad decisions based on it's on sale, I'm going to get it. So what I've been doing now also is making lists of the things that I really want and trying to stick to it. Because there's some things that I really want I haven't gotten to. And the thing is, I've had stuff on my list that I really want, but I haven't gotten to them because I'll catch a sale and be like, oh, but that's on sale. Let me go get that. And like, for instance, with the 21 Days of Beauty, it's like, oh, I should get that because I really like it and that's a good price. But the reality is that do I need that extra right now? No, because as I'm doing this, I'm probably going to buy some new products in that category. And this is still going to be sitting in the background. So yes, I could go buy me some Urban Decay spray, but it's like, you don't even use it that much now because you're using all these other sprays and you got a whole list of setting sprays you want to try. So no, I'm not going to buy it. So far so good. I have not bought any. I didn't buy anything in the VIB sale, and I have yet to buy anything on the 21 Days of Beauty. Even the things that I said I really wanted, because I was like, are they necessary for you to have right now? Will you be okay without them? And like, for instance, the Masseur Big eye mascara. I love that stuff, but I'm wearing lashes more. So it's like, I wanted it for my lashes, but I'm not really, when I put on my makeup, I'm putting on lashes. So I was like, okay, you have enough mascara in here. You got almost a drawer full of mascara that you haven't gone through. that you could be wearing as opposed to that Masseur Big that you're about to spend some money on. So I didn't get it. I'm kind of regretting I didn't get it. But I'm going to be all right, y'all. I'm going to be all right. And so, you know, and now for lipsticks, I ain't gonna lie. Y'all know I got a thing for lipsticks. So it's hard for me not to buy them all. Now, in my defense, when I do that, I am doing it to do a lip swatch video. A lot of times I want to do a whole lip swatch, all of them. And then if I don't like them all, I do give them away. I do declutter them eventually. But that is still excessive. So I have to be like, okay, stop it. Stop it. Sometimes, not all the time. No lies here. And so that's how I'm trying to deal with it on my own personal level. Because I will be like, okay, I don't need that much food. I don't need to get food this week. I want to go get this palette. You know, there's a couple of palettes. There's some new launches coming out. There's some new releases. And so I am really working on that in me. And I want you all to work on those things in you. Because even though I am one of the enablers and I am one of these people who's involved in, you know, saying, get this product or try this product, I also want us all to have a balance and not become so overwhelmed with our products that it becomes a problem. Makeup and beauty should be just that. It should be beautiful. It shouldn't make you feel bad. It shouldn't make you feel like, oh my God, what am I doing? You shouldn't be ashamed of the things you have. You shouldn't have to justify because you have so much. So if you feel like that, I want us to get away from that. So with my channel, yes, of course, I do favorites. I do all those things. But I also want to put a balance in that says, all right, y'all. That's why I talk about things that say we don't need them. Because there has to be a balance between it of the, yes, let's get that shit. And nah, leave it alone. Let's slow down, slow your roll. So maybe when it comes time for the big sales, instead of saying, let's get this, let's get this, let's get that, I'll talk about how to not shop as much. Because I ain't gonna lie and say not shop at all, but I will say don't shop as much. How about that? As I sit here with all those brushes back there and I'm still wanting to buy some more brushes. All right, y'all. So that's it for today. I know this is once again one of my rambly videos. But let me know if you'd like to give me a thumbs up. You know, I've been saying leave some comments because I know so many of us deal with this issue, and I would love to hear your thoughts on it. And if you're new, don't forget to subscribe on your way out because that's only the polite thing to do. All right, it's your Lulu. Bye-bye. Oh, it's your Lulu. Be bold, be brave, be fearless, be free. Talk to you later.